Hello, and welcome to the Disgruntled Traveler Podcast. Now that I got your attention, listen up, because I got one hell of a story to tell you about Danang International Airport in Vietnam. Yes, I was at the Danang International Airport in Vietnam once upon a time. Let me tell you what the hell happened, man. Oh my God. I don't even believe that I did this, but I don't say it's all my fault. I think part of the fault actually falls on the airport too, but it's my word against theirs. You think they're going to give me my money back? Hell no, they ain't going to give me my money back, girlfriend. Okay. So anyway, all right. I am at the airport to leave. I bought a ticket online, number one. So I got an e-ticket, right? All cool. I always like to show up 3 hours before my international flight takes off. My flight left at 11, well, it was supposed to leave at 11 a.m. I got there actually at the airport at 7:30 in the morning. I was feeling frisky. What can I say? I thought, well, I'll get there early. I'll get me some breakfast, get all checked in. Then, I got time. I can hang out at the gate, whatever. No problem. So I do my thing, get through immigration. Well, let me tell you this story first. Okay, this all ties together. So just hang with me, okay? Just hang with me. I don't want to lose you. Don't disappear on me, okay? So, first thing in the morning, I am the first customer in line at the ticket counter because I have to get my paper boarding pass, right? So I'm the first one in the line. And the ladies behind the ticket counter in Vietnam, they have some weird ritual. Like, I don't know what it is, but they're all speaking Vietnamese. And I thought it was like, it said 8:00, go check in, right? The counter's open. So I start to step forward to do my thing. And then the lady's like, no, go back. I was like, okay. And there's a couple people behind me. So I get behind the line. There's like a yellow line you have to wait. So I was like, okay. So I'm standing there, right? And they put on this show. There's 3 of them behind the counter with their manager, and they're all dressed in their cute little suits, airline suits. They come out and they do some kind of song. Something they're singing about the airlines. I'm just making up shit, but that's what it was. So I'm just standing there like, okay, are we done? I'd like to get my ticket now. Okay, I'd really like to get going. All right. So they're done. They get behind the counter. Now I'm allowed to approach the counter. So I approach the counter. And then, and you know what? None of these other airports have ever asked me this, but the lady said, I want to weigh your bag. So I never carry-on. I always carry my backpack, and I have a sling personal bag. So, and I have a personal scale, which if you listen to one of my other podcasts or watch my video, you'll know about the scale situation, the manual scale. But anyway, I knew my bag was exactly spot on. Like, you're supposed to have only 7 kilograms on a bag, which equivalates in pounds to about 11 pounds of gear, right? So I knew I had exactly that. So I was okay. So I put my backpack on the scale. She weighs it, and it's spot on. So she couldn't get me on a charge, right? Then she's like, do you have I notice you have a one-way ticket. Do you have a forwarding ticket, or are you coming back? Can you show me proof of your forwarding ticket? And I was like, thank God I had one. Normally I don't book 2 trips ahead. Like, I don't just do the one I'm doing and then another one. But that time I did, because I was flying out of Danang International Airport to Kota Kinabalu in Malaysia. And I was also going to fly out from there to Bali, Indonesia a month later. So I had proof of that ticket. So I showed her on my cell phone. I said, yes, I do. And then she's like, okay. And she gives me the boarding pass and lets me go. So I was like, aha, you didn't get me. You didn't get me on charging me on my backpack. or a forwarding ticket. Hell yeah. So anyway, I get through immigration, no sweat. I get to the gate, no sweat. I know, okay, I got about 2 hours to kill, right? So I get me something to eat. I'm back at the gate. The whole gate starts filling up with people. Like it's getting really, really crowded. Okay. So I'm like, yeah, everybody's on the same flight with me, right? I'm sitting, if you're familiar with gates, you know how they have a bunch of rows of seats and then there's the window and you got the airplanes outside, so you can watch all the planes come and go. And then in the very front where you're sitting is another ticket counter where they check you in. They check your boarding pass before you actually in your boarding pass and your what do you call it, passport before you get on the plane. So I'm chilling and it's getting crowded and I'm just looking out the window and I'm watching planes come and go. And then I see this plane come to it looks like my gate, where they have the little walk thing was hooked up to. And I said, okay. I said, but this doesn't look like my plane because it was early. So I was thinking in my head, this isn't my plane. Okay. And so I'm just sitting there watching, and I see maybe a handful of people. Well, here's the first thing. I hear muffled noises over the intercom, which I swear to God was not in English, number one. And number two, it was muffled, so I couldn't understand what the hell this lady was saying over the intercom about this plane. I had no idea. So I'm sitting here watching maybe a handful of people get in line, get their boarding passes scanned, and then get on the plane. And I'm watching them just send the plane, and the plane goes, the plane leaves, right? And there's still a whole bunch of people in the gate waiting area with me. And I'm thinking, okay, so we're all waiting on the same plane, right? So I sit there literally an hour past my actual scheduled flight, not realizing that flight that was just there was my flight. I had no clue. I thought it was a different plane because it showed up early. I didn't hear it in English, and there was only a handful of people that were getting on board. So that's partially their fault, I do believe. Okay. So anyway, I waited an hour and I'm like, where the hell is my plane? Is it late? Why don't they announce it? What the hell is going on? So finally I see some women from the airline come up to the ticket counter there at the gate. They were gone for a while. Then they came back, but they were actually there for the next flight, not for my flight. So I go up there with my cell phone. I'm like, hey, and I show them the flight number and I say, hey, is this plane late? And the lady looks at me really mean and she goes, you missed your flight. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, it was here an hour ago and you missed your flight. So I was like, oh shit. I'm thinking in my head, oh my God, I just paid $150 online for this ticket and I missed the flight, which means I got to buy another fucking ticket. Oh no. So I'm supposed to be more pissed than her, right? I've already sat at the airport for 4 hours and missed this plane. And she goes, you're just going to have to buy another ticket. I was like, okay, what do I do? Go back through immigration? What do I do? She goes, give me your passport. So I give her my passport, right? Mind you, I'm carrying a 20-pound backpack. Actually, I say it's 20 pounds. It's 11 pounds on my back and another about 6 pounds of gear in front of me that I shove in my personal sling bag. So I'm literally carrying about 20 pounds of gear on me extra. And I'm having to keep up with this chick. She's just walking as fast as she fucking can with my passport in hand. And I'm trying to keep up with her ass, right? And finally, she takes me to the backside of immigration. She says, wait here. And I'm standing right by this little like makeshift counter. There's nobody there. And I'm like, okay. She walks off again with my passport, gets another lady from behind the airline ticket counter before immigration and has her come back to me with her laptop. Okay. Luckily, this chick was nicer and she spoke good English. I got my passport back. I told the lady what happened. And I says, is there any possible way that I can get a refund? Help a nigga out. Can I get a refund on my ticket? And she's like, no. I was like, damn. And I says, okay, when's the next flight out? And how much is this going to cost? I was thinking, oh my God, $300, $400, $500, right? Luckily, it was only $200, but it's still $200. And she says it's the last flight out and it's not leaving for another 3 hours. And I was like, 3 more fucking hours at this airport. So like, I'll take it. Paid another $200. I could have kicked my ass. I'm sitting at the gate again for another 3 hours waiting on the next plane. And I said, I am not missing this damn plane. I am getting out of this fucking airport. I have got to get out of Danang. This is driving me crazy, right? So long story short, I ended up paying $350 for a ticket that should only cost me $150. I missed my fucking plane, the first one, and then I got on the second one, which put me 3 hours later in Kota Kinabalu, Malaysia. I didn't get to my Airbnb till like 11 o'clock at night. I was so exhausted and still so mad at me, but then I was also mad at the freaking airport for what they did because they didn't say anything in English. So, warning. If you go to the Danang International Airport, they don't speak English over the intercom, okay? So you better damn well know when your plane's going to be showing up, and you better know about the gate and the ticket number, because I've been on the road for over a year, and this is the only plane I have missed, okay? And I swear to God, I said to myself, this shit will never happen again. I will never do this again. I don't care if they're speaking Swahili or whatever over the intercom. I'm getting on the damn plane. So from now on, when I'm at a gate, I try to sit, because I was sort of further back behind a pole. So yeah, but when I get to the actual gate, and yeah, I'm going to I always sit towards the front rows, the first few rows in the front, and then I get on the gate. I get on the plane. Oh my God. I can still kick my ass, and that happened months ago. Well, remember this one other thing. I am the disgruntled